standing. We ask it all in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we'll do so. Our district attorney has to be somewhere, and I need to let him go. So, all right, roll call.
Darrell Wiley.
Here.
Mark Borrell.
Here.
Travis Franks.
Here.
Darrell Sampson.
Here.
Sam Pierce.
Here.
Clyde Benson.
here.
Alan Thomas.
Here.
McKinley Keller. Jacob Kogo.
Here. All right. Again, item 5, I need a motion to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting held January 14, 2024, is printed in the weekly news and emailed to all jurors. Motion by Mr. Coco, seconded by Mr. Morrell. Question or comments from jurors? Question or comments from audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 6, Mr. Allen, you want to take that?
Adopt the minutes of the Tourist Commission meeting held on January 27, 2024, as presented.
Okay, a motion's been made. I'll get a second. Second. All right, second by Mr. Coco. Question or comments? Go ahead.
Just one comment, and this is for everybody. On March the 20th, this is item 8 on their minutes. They'll have the dedication for Little Walter here in Marksville. The plans to have an unveiling of the sign and the small reception. Also invited will be Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser and Buddy Guy, who's a blues musician, as well as the state and local dignitaries, including all of the jury.
Right here.
It's going to be here
Where?
in Marksville. And there, of course, more details will be coming out as there is a street naming also going with this on Little Walter.
Change him to Big Walter.
Okay. Question, comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. All right, we have delegations. Is Mr. McKay here?
Nope.
All right, so we'll scratch that. All right, Secretary Treasurer report.
Sure. We'll do a closeout report for 24. The general fund collected 46% more than was budgeted for a total of $3,073,000. Road and Bridge collected $2,070,000. That this is strictly sales tax. Solid Waste collected $4,456,000, which is 25% of the sales and use tax. And in 23, Solid Waste collected 4.5% more than we did last year. Drainage collected 24% more than budgeted for a total of $539,000, which is a property tax. For expense in 24, the general fund exceeded the budget by 13% for a total of $2,809,000, but still left us with a positive balance. Road and Bridge ended with 28% less than budgeted for a total balance of $1,948,000. Solid Waste exceeded 7%, ended 7% lower at $4,303,000. Drainage stayed well below their budget at 14% for a total of $559,000. Four funds ended with deficits. Permit Department at $62,000. Library at $460,000. That was a continuation of the project. Road District 2 was $961,000, and that's because we had 2 big invoices in one fiscal year. So far, we're about 10% into our budget with about 9% left for 25. I'll give you cash balances of our account as of recording today. The general fund has $280,000. Road and Bridge has $4,026,000. Solid Waste has $7,248,000. Drainage has $958,000. Health Unit has $5,554,000. Library has $2,484,000. Road District 2 has $847,106. Tourist Commission has $420. Permit Office has $305. Section 8 has $230. HUD Administrative Fund has $138. And gaming and mitigation is $300,000.
Jim, you looking at revenue sharing yet?
Not yet. That'll be probably
We use some of the gaming, mitigation money.
for,
I don't know how that.
no, sir, we don't. That's part of the general fund.
400.
It's been 300 since I've been.
$379.
And when we do.
The report that we received in, May 9, 2024.
Yeah,
It was, $3 million.
yeah, that might have been in 24, but in 25.
Yeah, but I asked if we used it.
I would have to go and see what we
So
went
apparently
down.
we used some of the money.
Or if it went down, we did, but I wouldn't know exactly when.
Yes, I just asked you questions, whether we used some of the money. Now, the balance was 379, and it was 300. Apparently we used some of the money.
Sure, we use it. All right, any other questions? All right, can I entertain a motion to accept the Secretary Treasurer report?
I'll make that motion.
All right, motion by Mr. Morrell, need a second? Second by Mr. Franks. Question, comments from jurors? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, we're gonna move number 20 up to number 8, which is talking about adjudicated property sale.
Thank you. April and Moshika Johnson purchased some property next to their home, I guess about a year and a half ago. And they thought they had obtained this very small lot next to it, which was adjudicated to the parish, so obviously they didn't do it. So following the procedures that y'all have set, we got the appraised value from the assessor's office and the description, and she's gonna pay the expenses of transferring it. It's $800, which has been already sent to the police jury, but not cashed until you approve it.
Okay, so we need to make a motion to approve this?
Yes.
All right, get a motion by Mr. Thomas, second by
Yeah,
Mr. Burrell.
just to make sure y'all know, she has been taking care of the property. She's been cutting trees, cutting grass. Actually, she thought it was hers.
Okay, so we're approving the sale of adjudicated property located on North Chestnut Street, Bunkie, parcel 51290002650, half acre of lot 4, $800
It's one half
to
of
April.
lot 4. It's less than, it's
Yeah.
barely a fourth of a
Okay,
hectare.
all right, then $800 to April and Moshika Johnson, right?
Thank
All
you.
right, I have a motion and a second, any discussion? We already got it. Any question, comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you for moving me up. Appreciate it.
All right. Number 9, Mr. Thomas. Which wouldn't be number 8. Okay,
A motion to approve the estimate from Computers 911 for the fingerprint time clocks and the cameras.
okay, I have a motion, I get a second for that. All right, second by Mr. Franks. Questions from jurors, discussion?
How much is it?
It's in your packet.
Did we, how many estimates did we get?
Just one.
Just one?
Yes, we have a service contract with Computers 911,
Yeah.
Mr. Benson. So we just pay for the equipment and whatever wiring needs to be done. So the support and aspect falls under our service contract.
So these clocks, where are they gonna be put?
Mr. Allen, you want to answer that? I mean, you're personnel, but I can answer them too. You can go first.
We have, one's gonna go in the office here, one downstairs in the permit office. We'll have one in Joey Frank's office, one at the barn, and other one's going to the health unit.
So we don't have the cameras, new clocks everywhere where we have employees. There's just some places we're gonna put it.
We put them where the main part of the employees are.
So how many employees we got at the health unit? 3? Is it 3
Yeah,
employees
yeah.
at the health unit?
And the health unit is separate from,
But we have
Our
employees
payroll.
other places, but we putting it at the health unit. We're not putting it everywhere for all the employees.
there's some places that is not feasible, like the one employee up across the river, and I think one in Bunkie. And they'll continue doing timesheets, and there's a couple of others.
So did this go by the personnel committee,
This went through the finance committee.
through the finance?
Yes.
And it's $7,379. Is that what we're looking at?
They have these clocks at Marksville when I was city councilman, and they're collecting dust right now, same clocks. And that's why I'm not for it.
What's the reason you think, why they just didn't get used, or?
They found them. And the thing is that you still don't have writing on the time sheet, because we have like 4 workers at the parish, even though you have it at the Bourne. We got 4 workers at the parish that, they don't come in, because if they come in, we lose 2 hours of, work time with them. Also, when an employee goes out on call, okay, if he goes out on call, and, is either go and punch in before he goes and handle the emergency, or does he write on the code? That's another thing. So I'll give you an example. We got an employee, lives in Cottonport, goes to Bunkie for a call, emergency call. Do he go to Bunkie first and handle an emergency, or do he go to the Bourne and clock in?
We've already discussed that, and Kevin said he would handle that on the paperwork end of it.
Well, okay, that's at the Bourne, okay. Suppose the same thing happened with over there where, Joey Frank was. If they gotta go out on a call, do they go, on a call? And the thing is, you said we handle it with Kevin. Kevin haven't given me, the information, what's gonna happen.
Didn't we discuss this last week, Kevin, Thursday night?
He didn't,
Yeah, we
he
talked
said he
about
would
it.
handle it Thursday night.
Yeah.
But guess what? Kevin is supposed to be under my supervision. Kevin has not come to me.
Kevin's under all of
He's
us.
on our
All of us,
supervision.
that's where you,
Road,
that's where
road,
you
road,
wrong.
road and bridge.
You think Road and Bridge is a police jury, you're wrong.
No,
I'm
road and
sorry.
bridges, he
Come-
answers.
Mr. Benson, if you could just
I am
please
talking,
take a
okay?
look at the
I am
time
talking.
sheets,
Frank,
you would
let him
see
finish.
what we
I am
need.
talking, okay?
Let him finish.
So,
Let him say what he does.
okay, if Kevin is not under me, and I'm a police juryman, shouldn't I know how we're gonna work this out when they go on call? That's what I'm saying. How are we gonna do when they go on call? Are they gonna sign the sheet? Or are they gonna have to go to the location and thumbprint themselves? That's what I'm interested in.
Mr. Frank?
Hey, Mr. Benson, right or wrong, a plan is to start the plan in motion of having at least the 5 time clocks. If you would see some of the time cards that get turned in, and I am one of accountability, and I know we all are, all 9 of us. It is a start, and those are electronic. Those can be pulled every Friday, every other Friday, whenever payroll happens. Again, there's no mistakes. And again, there might have to be a few concessions, and I understand that, but I would sure rather accountability to be 85, 90% across the board done than right now it's just time cards. Some time cards all right, some are scribbled. If you go look at them, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm just saying it's accountability. I don't know of anybody doing anything wrong. I don't want it to cause any more time like you're talking about in emergencies. And I'm sure Kevin and others can, and the president and Kevin can make those contingencies if needed. I just think it's one of accountability and having clean records for our auditors when they come.
And we should have a set of rules. We should know whether the employee has to go in thumbprint or go to the emergency. That's all I'm asking.
We can
Right.
do that. We can
But don't
do
you
that.
think that
What
should-
does he do? What
Yeah.
does he do? What does the employee do?
I think out of the respect for the supervisor, I mean, shouldn't they work that out too? And if they don't, they come to the president? I mean, I think it's pretty simple, but
Just like you said, Kevin got a crew, Mr. Frank got a crew. It's a crew, you know, you got these ladies at the library, I mean, not at the library, at the health unit. You know. I'm just trying to figure out what do we do, you know, now that we get the clock. Okay. And I seen where we had the clock at the city, and it's collecting dust right now.
Well, we had them in our school systems and they worked fine. We didn't have any problems with them.
That's all I'm saying, I'm just trying to figure out where we going.
And most school systems have them for their employees now.
Anybody else? Any other jurors? Question or comments from the audience? All right, let's put it to the vote. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Any opposed? Got one vote. All right, motion carries. Two. What you got? All right,
That's 10.
that was 9.
No, I say we're going on 10.
Are 2 opposed? Okay, it still passes.
We're going on 10?
Yeah,
Okay, that would be
that'd
me.
be you. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So we got a opioid board, we had the meeting. This is the distributions to each organizations. I make a motion that we give this amount to each organization.
All right, make a motion by Mr.
I'll second
All right, second by Mark. Question, comments, Mr. Frank?
Yes, sir. While I, Mr. Benson, while I do respect on the committees, Thursday or today, where are the proposals that, or the applications? I understand it was an application process, is that correct, for the opioid money
This
of
is
the
it.
$300,000? And I'm being general, but,
Yeah.
you know, for whatever. You're just keeping it general. Where are the applications at? And can the jury see that and review that? I think I asked Thursday, but something else is being talked about. I don't know, what is this money gonna be used for? Because traditionally in the past, I can just tell you, a lot of it is to subsidize a lot of salaries. Again, I know the Hope House does a lot, and I'm a big fan, but I would respectfully like to see the applications and these people and what they're gonna really do for opioid abuse, or what its really function is. I just don't have no information.
Well, the thing is, Mr. Frank, if the applications were turned in to the Secretary of Treasury,
Okay,
and an ad was put in the paper for 3 weeks, it was turned in to the Secretary of Treasury,
okay,
it was available for any one of the police jurors to go look at it,
okay,
you know? And that's how it's been done for the last 3 distributions. So if
Okay.
you want to see the proposals of what they're gonna do with the money, it's available at the police jury office. And the Secretary of Treasury took it all in.
I'll add something to it, because I said on.
and I'm asking again, I'm kind of
Yeah,
blind.
well,
This what we dispersed here, what we dispersed here is actually extra money
Right,
on top of what we already reimbursed, and those applications were turned in last summer. We do run an ad, we take the applications, we have a committee, opioid committee, you can tell the members, I mean, and this is my second or third year. The first time it was geared toward, the money went toward the organizations for education wise. And Dr. Bordon made a proposal that, hey, we need to go more to the treatment side.
yes, sir.
So that's why we give them a little bit more to the Hope House and stuff like that, okay? And he got his machine, which is gonna save the parish a lot of money. So,
Yes, sir.
But we,
What is it for, Mr. Clyde? The majority of the applications and the disbursements, what is the overall, what did you get out of it? What are they gonna do for the opioid
It's probably,
program?
it's probably 40% treatment and 60% education.
We-
The two groups.
we got a copy of what went on at the committee.
Yeah.
Just, we'll make a copy of that and provide it to all of y'all. it goes in and shows you what they took the money and spent it on, okay?
Got you. Cool.
We have that.
Yeah.
We have that, don't have it here, but we can get that to you.
And that's not hiring some more people.
Yeah, but I mean, it's no,
But it's a copy of, in the office.
I think we have a good committee. I think it's up front and everybody got input in it. So, got one committee member here.
Oh, can I say something for clarification from Mr. Briggs, since you weren't here from the inception? When it first came up with per airport payment, each one, they didn't do an application, they actually had to do a detailed proposal, which is very detailed and extensive as to, if given the money, what the money would go for. Youth Coalition of all sleeves up, all of them, okay? So when they say application process, is really not an application, it's proposal in the proposal, and additionally, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but they're still having to submit once a year their paperwork showing details of how their money was spent, correct?
Correct.
It's twice in a fiscal year
Twice in a fiscal year.
that they have to submit.
Showing where the funds were spent, if it was on salaries like for Speed Up or for stuff to
We have it.
teach,
Just
or
get a copy
Youth
of what-
Coalition, Norcan, whatever the case. They have to justify, because this police jury has an obligation to send that report to Baton Rouge, because Baton Rouge has to be shown from the inception that the money is being spent under the exact criteria that meets the guidelines for what the money is for. I guess I want to put it that way. So there's checks and, you like checks and balances, there's definitely checks and balances on this money. Meaning an organization can't misspend the money, submit the report to Mr. Clyde and his committee. They'll look at it and say, wait, they're not spending the money in the proper way, and submit that to Baton Rouge, and that organization is basically going to be disqualified from receiving any further funds.
So like,
it's not an application, it's a detailed proposal that they have to submit.
so like this fiscal year, they had until, I think it was January 15th, to show how much money and how they had spent the part of money that they have received. And then at the July meeting that we have, it's gonna show how they gotta send in how they spent the rest of the money. But we have all that in the records.
We have that. We can get that to everybody up here. Yes, ma'am.
I just had a question. I understand the accountability as far as how money is spent for the criteria. What I'd like to just ask is, are there results or outcomes of their program included in there? Not, so not just amount of money is spent in the appropriate areas, but are the outcomes
Well, that's something we-
impacted?
that's something
Is
we-
that included?
No, that's something that we couldn't have included in the report.
I think that would probably be a large part of accountability that could be valuable.
Well, what you mean by outcome?
Well, the outcome, for example, I'll just give you examples of what we use at the Department of Education. If there was a dropout program and it got funded, at the end of the program, we were required to actually give whether there was a reduction in the number of dropouts or not. We had certain line items we could spend the money on, so we kept it in there, but was the program effective would be the description of the reduction in the number of dropouts that year as compared to previous years. So, it's so important to only spend money on what it's allowed to spend, but then in addition, another aspect of the success of the program is the outcome impacting the purpose of the program and the funding?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're going into the school system, so it's no accountability so far as dropouts. They're at school.
Oh, well, no, this is not, but I'm just giving,
Yeah.
that was.
She's just saying,
Yeah.
just give some examples, I guess is what you're saying, on how the money.
What we were required to do was, in the beginning of the program, to identify the measurable outcomes that would determine the success of the program. So that was set on the front end. What will we use as measures to determine that the program is successful?
So those measures could easily be reported by the different entities that have submitted, by individuals that they've treated in the programs that they have in their organizations, as well as the impact that it's having on the students, maybe by the Avoyelles Coalition, with the kids that are in the program. Hope Center surely has a list of individuals who are in their treatment program who have come through and.
We can make a recommendation that they turn that in when they turn in their
Now,
report.
Mr. Clyde, correct me if I'm wrong, I know it involves Youth Coalition, typically in their results, I guess, to what she's asking, they will typically put in there how many students they have touched during their program
Yeah,
or
that's-
taught
yeah.
or so on and so forth. So they give very detailed information as to how many they've reached out to. Hope House, I think, also gives, now some, Hope House being one, I think because of HIPAA and other, I mean, there's, yes, they can give numbers. And I think that they do provide that.
And, yeah, they provide numbers. Drug court, okay, they work with the cooks, you know, and they provide the number of tests that they done and stuff like that. So we do have numbers in their report.
Okay, and we'll get that report out to all the jurors so you can see where the money went and how to spend it.
It's good. I think there needs to be some transparency on a lot of programs that are forced on our Avoyelles people, like PTI, like other things. What really are the results of them? And I just think that we need to know that. See if it works.
We got it.
We got it.
We got it. Just, okay, motion's been made and second. Any other discussion, comment? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. All right, item 11, Mr. Pierce.
The owners of Lake Pearl have asked again to put the closing of Lake Pearl Road up for a public hearing.
Okay,
The earliest we can do it would be our next meeting, but it has to be advertised.
you making that motion?
I am making that
All right,
motion.
get a second. Mr. Franks will second it. Question or comments? I think we're all aware of this.
Yeah, and maybe just to bring John, legal committee meeting, Darryl Devsdale was here, and Charlie, you can reach out to him about making a right of way per the parcels of land, where no matter who the owners are, that agreement would get going by the next public meeting.
Whatever agreement they want to come to is fine.
Just
But we
bring
still
to
have to
Mr.
go
President the
through the
right of
process.
way agreement that they decided on for parcels of land and not owners, to where nobody would ever be landlocked, such work, just
And
so
again,
John can work that out.
Hopefully, they all can get together and work some of this out before they come here too.
Right.
All right,
Hopefully so.
that's, you know. All right, any other discussion about jurors? Questions, comments from audience?
I got
Seeing
one
none.
comment. I made some comments last time, and I don't want it to be misunderstood. I'm not against closing that road whatsoever, but I am for protecting the property rights of the landowners who are adjacent to that closed section.
And by that, I mean that all of their areas are protected in perpetuity, and anybody that they sell that property to is protected as well. So those rights, those right of way are handed down as that property changes ownership over time. And that's the biggest concern.
You mentioned that tonight, and it was just said that would be taken care of.
Yeah,
If I'm correct.
Yeah, we want to do a right of way per parcels of land of the Lake Pearl property, and then all the adjacent.
It should follow the land.
Yeah.
Right.
Duly noted. Any other comments? All right, motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 12, Mr. Benson.
We had discussed this then, about the $75,000 given to 5 districts because of Act 776 needed $300,000 for 4 jurors
Okay,
to finish the project.
so you making that motion?
I'm making a motion.
Can I get a second? Second by Mr. Coco. And I'll add to this that some of that money had to be used to finish the money that was given to us from Act 776, if I'm correct.
That's why the $300,000
Right.
came from. Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments from jurors? Question, comments from the audience? Kevin, you want to?
Well,
only thing, we had said not to exceed 350,000.
Right. Between them all, right. Okay. All right. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Number 13, Mr. Pierce.
Yeah, the planning commission has just about finished writing a very extensive solar farm permit. We're to the point now where we feel like we need to have legal counsel look at it. I spoke to Jonathan about it, and he has looked over the proposal, and no disrespect to Jonathan whatsoever, but this is a little bit of a specialty. We feel like we need to hire a lawyer who is versed in solar farms permits to look at this.
Okay. So you making that motion?
I'm making that motion.
That's
All right.
correct. I looked at it structurally and it looks fine, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I know anything
Yeah.
about a solar farm.
Well-
So I would definitely recommend that, y'all get the outside counsel that has more experience in that.
All right, Mr. Pearson, making a motion, can I get a second? Let's get a second. I need a second before we can discuss it, guys. All
What
right.
about a limit on how much you're gonna
Second by
spend?
Mr. Prince. We're gonna talk about that.
Oh,
All right, motion. All right, now, any questions or comments from the jurors?
sorry, I thought the motion had to include the amount. That's
No,
all. I didn't mean
we
to
can
We're
amend
going
it.
to.
Hold on.
I have two of the 4 people that I've spoken to have given me hourly rates, one at $250 and one at $350.
Wow. Those lawyers are high.
They are.
Do we want to put a cap on it?
Al suggested that we get in touch with the people who helped Bossier Parish write the permit that we used as our base model, and I'm gonna do that. And I still have 2 that haven't gotten back in touch with me, that are trying to find the best ones. The best ones for the job had a conflict. They couldn't take on the project.
Yeah, but do we need to cap it? Because I don't want
Oh,
an
absolutely.
open book.
Absolutely.
Well, Mr. Sam, are there interested parties today that want to put in some applications? And
I
how
haven't
much
asked
will
for
that generate?
applications.
No?
I haven't asked for applications.
No, I'm saying anybody, any companies interested in putting solar
Yes,
farms
we have
here.
one company that's imminent, and we have 2 more that I know are out there.
And what do you think those permits could possibly go for? Any guesstimate?
A lot,
Not the one at the port, but they got a couple other ones?
yes.
Okay.
And I'm not at liberty to discuss other people's business,
Right.
but the permit is a fairly expensive permit. But the projects are expensive, and we really need to make sure everything's done right before we put it out there.
So what would be a cap price?
I'd say,
Maybe 10,000?
oh, I don't think it needs to be that high.
Oh, you don't think?
I mean,
Hey,
just
especially done already.
reviewing the
About 8
paperwork,
hours.
just reviewing the paperwork, I mean, top 6 hours, and at 250
5, that's what I was thinking, 5 or 6
Give me a
hours.
number.
I'd say 1,500.
1,500,
Oh,
2,000.
That's good.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
I thought they're doing the contract?
No,
I thought they were doing
they're
everything.
just they're looking at our
Just
permit.
reviewing it.
Oh, they're looking over the permit?
Yes.
That's already done?
That's already written, to make sure that we've covered ourselves everywhere, and that we haven't hurt ourselves anywhere.
Yeah.
1 minute.
You're not writing, you're just
I'd say maybe $2,000.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, y'all made
I said
y'all
2
want to do
hours,
it formally
2
by
hours.
Robert Rules of Order? Can we just add that into the motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I thought he was
I
gonna
was
be writing
thinking that, did I not say it out loud?
No. Okay, that's what I thought, okay? I mean, we can go by the book, but I'd like to get on out of here.
Not to exceed?
Yeah, not to
Not to
exceed
exceed
2,000,
2,000.
okay? Question, comments from the audience? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, all right? Number 14, I need a motion to advertise a public hearing to abandon the part of Bayou Rouge Road, March 11th at 4:40. Anybody want to make that motion?
Yeah, I'll make that
Sam makes a motion, I need a second.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Morrell. We talked about this 3 times, so any question or comment?
How long is it?
It's a turn road.
It's a turn road.
It's a turn road.
Oh, I didn't do the distance on it.
Turn
Lord.
rules alone.
It's a little over half a mile,
Half a mile?
little over half a mile.
Okay. Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, 15, need a motion to approve President Wiley's plan to appoint library board members. Motion by Mr. Franks, I get a second. Second by Mr. Thomas. Questions or comments from jurors?
I'm just gonna say I can't vote for it because I don't like the plan.
I feel the same way about the other one, so
Okay.
there you go.
Good.
The members that are in there now.
And plus, they didn't submit theirs anyhow.
I want to remove,
President.
Mr. President, can I remove that plan? Can I remove that off the agenda?
Well, you can, if you want to. Because if this passes, it's
Yeah, well, I'm-
irrelevant. So, but if this fails, you might want to leave it on there.
I don't want to leave it on.
Okay, all right. All right,
You talking,
Hold on.
okay, let's vote on this one.
Yeah.
Vote on this
It's
one because it's
on there, it's on the
obsolete.
agenda.
I appreciate the gesture. All right,
I firsted, Mr. Allen seconded. Any comments?
yeah.
It's what you asked
Question and
for.
comments, I asked,
I don't have none.
okay?
yeah, but you planning on taking all these members that are on there now?
No, I said if you like what you got, keep them.
That's the direct discretion of the juries.
All right.
So we're
Question?
saying the ones that are on there now, if we want to keep those, we can.
You sure can. All right? We'll make
So
that-
they don't, the ones that's on there don't serve their full term.
They won't if we,
If this pass, they won't
no,
serve their
we'll
full
be
term.
starting a new term.
So they'll all be removed and you'll appoint new ones.
Or reappoint. if
They'll
you
be
want to.
reappointed for
It's
another
at your
term.
discretion as far as your district.
Be the same thing we did with the planning commission.
Yep.
That's right.
Appointed for the new term.
And that's what I don't like about it. They don't get
So
to,
we will still have the
Yes,
opportunity to
yes,
reappoint.
That's correct.
to serve their whole term.
That's right.
But we have the right,
No,
Yeah.
in the 3 year?
no, it's be 5. It's a
This will be
5-year term.
5? Okay.
But we have the right to, and that's my point, to do this board.
Yeah.
Because I want some representation from my area on it. And I don't have that. So,
So we'll still have the opportunity to represent our area.
yeah, I mean, the plan's there.
Right.
So, I presented it the other night. Question, comments from the audience?
So this would start a new 5-year term.
Yep.
It would be like starting from scratch and it would be a
This,
5-year term.
if this passes or the next one passes, we will reappoint March 11th, and their terms will begin March 12th. Okay?
Well, the member that Clyde and I have, she's gonna be probably leaving this year to move to New York.
Well, you can talk to her and say, would you want to finish out? till
Yeah,
you
she's
move?
gonna- she's
And
gonna
then
finish it.
y'all would reappoint somebody when she
She's gonna
moves.
finish
That's
it.
no big deal. Okay? All right, let's put it to a vote. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
No.
Any opposed?
Nay.
All right, one. All right, motion carries. 16 becomes,
I'm removed.
all right, it's removed from the agenda. All right. Number 17, Mr. Pierce.
On behalf of the planning commission, they have adopted a trail ride proposal ordinance. I don't think this has to come before, I don't think we have to have a public meeting on it, but
They do.
we do?
It's an
Well,
ordinance.
then,
It's an ordinance. so-
I'm proposing that we put it on, I guess, the March meeting also.
Right, 445. All right, motion made. Get
I'll
a
second
second.
that.
Second by Mr. Burrell. Question or comments? We discussed this for a while now and got re-brought up, so that's where we're at. Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 18, Mr. Pierce.
Okay, also on behalf of the planning commission, they have proposed that we, change our commercial construction permit fee from 20 cents per square foot for the roof area to 20 cents per square foot for the enclosed area and 5 cents per square foot for open spaces.
All right, you making that motion?
I'm making that motion.
I get a second?
I second it.
All right, second by Mr. Coco. All right, I have, question or comments from the jurors?
Are we gonna go through all that again? I mean, if it passes, I can promise you in a couple of
it's-
years, it's gonna be brought back higher.
There's definitely,
Just a recommendation.
the
So we-
potential for a Pandora's box here.
Yep.
In the past, I mentioned Thursday, I mentioned tonight, in the past, we worked with Yellowwood, Carrot Test, and Corpus Place on their permit.
Bernard.
They're doing a business, yeah, Bernard. They wanna do business in the parish, they from the parish, they gonna, hire more employees in the site, large site, they building. I don't see if I can work with them and future business owners.
Didn't y'all work with the thread company that didn't come here?
In
And
Bucky.
readjusted their permits too, also?
Who's that?
Well, he was on the board, Mr. Darrell, wasn't
You would know that.
Broke chair.
They did.
he? They did? Yeah.
All right, we have two pictures. Any other board, jurors? We got two people in the public that'd like to speak. Mr. Spinner?
Yeah, we have a few concerns we'd like to address.
Okay.
So, since the last meeting, we've done a little research in surrounding parishes in Baton Rouge, Lafayette. If we would build our building in the Baton Rouge, Lafayette city, anywhere, it would be under $2,000 would be the maximum of our permit. Y'all are asking almost $11,000 for our permit in the Avoyelles Parish, right outside of Simsport. I mean, it's astronomically different. If it was a couple $100 more or less, you know, I expect to pay something for a permit, but I just find we're getting charged double through the Rapides Parish Planning Commission, and the permit office is charging us almost the same thing, and I don't understand what kind of work they're putting in to justify these charges. I mean, it's almost it's like $10,600 for our total permit. And we're not like a corporation like Walmart or anything like this, we're a small business.
What areas did you check with, you said?
We checked with Point Compete,
I have all
St.
their fee
Landry,
schedules in this folder.
Lafayette, and West Baton Rouge. And I have their fee schedules. Most of their permits are based on total project value, not square footage. And then the total project value for ours is, we're looking at roughly about $200,000 to $250,000. And based on their rates, the permit would be around $2,000 to $3,000.
Yeah, that's maximum in the high end of the city, you know? I just find we're overpriced, and I'm not understanding why.
Well, the reason Rapides came into the deal, we were losing money in permit office.
I have my proposal
But I mean-
from the Rapides Parish Planning Commission as well, and we're paying just as much to the Planning Commission as we would be to the Avoyelles Parish for this permit.
So, and I don't understand what we're getting out of the fee, you know, what benefit is it for the homeowner, the business owner that pays that much to the parish? Like, what do we get out of it? You know, if we get something.
We can't change what they do. They already gave you a discount.
No, I understand
We
that,
can
but
change
I
what,
feel like we're getting charged twice.
I know, but we can change what we're doing. We can't change them, and plus they, for the record now, they have given you a discount.
Yes, sir, they have, and we were, when he had mentioned the 20 cents a square foot for an enclosed and 5 cents for an open, we
would have two 30-foot by 150-foot overhangs on each side that would be open overhangs, mostly used just for storage or to park equipment under. And we were asking to reconsider the 20 cents a square foot on that.
Let me ask you a question, Dan, and this is just me as being a juror. What about the other guys that have built buildings like you that didn't get it cut? What do you tell them? What do you tell them?
We're asking
They should
y'all to
fight for
consider this
their rights. I feel like they should fight for their.
And not just for us, we're not asking y'all to make a special consideration just for us, we're
But
asking
you
y'all to
see,
change
you
it.
see what's gonna come, when our phone rings, that's gonna be asked.
But, you know, everybody has the right to come here and address their concerns, and, you know, they feel they're not unjustly charged, you know, that they let them go with it, but we feel like we're overcharged.
All right.
Bottom line.
Thank you. Ms. White.
Hey, well, with them being the project owners, if you will, of it, I'm just curious, what is Rapides Parish charging you?
Well, Rapides is,
It's in there.
we have a bunch of files, and we really got to organize.
So the Rapides Parish Planning Commission was charging, of course, they have a plan review fee of $500 based on the type of facility and the size of the facility.
Correct.
We have a 1,320 square foot front office.
What's the total that they're charging you? Rapides Parish, not Avoyelles Parish, Rapides.
Total for Rapides Parish would be $48.96.
And then what's your total for Avoyelles Parish?
The total permit price is $10,463, so whatever.
Whatever the difference is.
10,463 minus $48.96 would be, is what Avoyelles is charging.
And y'all subbing it out to Rapides Parish, they're doing all the work, and y'all making more money off of the permit. I know y'all said there's a deficit, in the permit office, but where does the money go? Like, y'all address the deficit concerns for different areas, but where does the money go in the permit office? And why is there a deficit?
You said, refuse trash, planning commission charge you? What would they charge for a permit in Alexandria for building like
That is their fee, so I'm paying the Alexandria fee and the Avoyelles fee.
Yeah, but Rapid, just the inspectors.
Right.
Right.
What
There's
if-
an inspection fee in that, is that included in the permit, or is that just the permit?
That's just the permit.
So that fee that you get from Avoyelles also is inspection, I would be assuming, right?
So,
And the permit.
correct.
Is there multiple inspections, especially in a commercial building? I know that there's multiple
This
inspections.
is the inspection fee. And it's 30 cents a square foot, and then I have the Rapids. Theirs is here, so, how do I say this? Their fee includes the inspection. In Avoyelles, I'm paying Rapids Parish Planning Commission for inspection, and I'm paying Avoyelles for a permit, but in Rapids, it's just one fee.
So you don't get, if you build that building in Rapid Parish,
I would
you wouldn't
pay-
get a permit fee?
I would pay the $4,896 for permit and inspection. All inclusive.
You know, we call
So
around
I'm
just to make
paying-
sure we're not irrational.
I'm paying the $4,800 to Rapids just for an inspection, when if I build the same building in Rapids, that's all I would pay, is the $4,800. So I'm paying Rapids and I'm paying
They're
Avoyelles.
always way higher than us.
They're 30 cents a square foot, yes, sir.
You talking about the permit.
They're 30 cents a square foot on their permit. That's permit and inspection all in one. Y'all are 20 cents a square foot,
Plus their fee.
plus their 30, so I'm paying 50 cents a square foot.
It's the same, what they're saying right here, where's the planning committee, the inspection people coming back with these fees? How is that calculated? They double in the permit fee?
No.
No, they're just charging.
No, I'm saying on our side of how is that calculated? I'm not in the permit division, I don't know.
The only thing that Rapids gets is the inspection fees.
And how is that calculated? You don't know how it's calculated?
It is by April, collects that fee and pays it to Rapids.
I pay the full balance to Avoyelles, and then Avoyelles pays Rapids their portion.
So it must be 30 cents a square foot.
It's 30
It must be
cents
like
a-
$5,000.
It's 30 cents a square foot, it's
And then
$4,800.
Avoyelles permits $5,000.
Avoyelles permit is the $5,000. I mean, I'm paying
It's
for
almost like we're
two.
really paying double, you know what I mean? It's.
I didn't know that.
I'm paying two. Avoyelles calls Rapids fee an inspection fee, but Rapids calls it inspection and permit.
But our inspector works for Rapids.
Correct.
That's,
But they also
So he has to get paid as well.
You know, that, you know, it might not be Mr. Robert. but
it wouldn't be, it'd be somebody else, but it's basically the same thing.
Right.
Right, but what I'm saying is if I would go build the same exact size building in Rapids Parish, all I would pay was the fee to the to the,
That doesn't make sense.
Rapids Area Planning Commission for $4,800.
What's your total fee now with the discount that planning commission gets? It's not Rapids Parish that does it. They just call it Rapids Planning.
It's area, Rapids area, they call it.
Yeah, it's a contracting company.
Can I-
The Rapids,
Can I approach a trail?
What's going to be your total fee with the discounts that they gave you?
So, to show you here, they are discounting the 9,015 square foot. It should have been an additional $2,704.50. This is what my Rapids Parish Planning Commission fee should have been. Mr. Robert excluded my 9,000 square foot of porches, so that brought it down to this. But
Why is he excluding there for Rapids and not Avoyelles?
Because he can't.
he can't make the call for it. The police do it now.
And the planning commission voted to do that, and then that vote failed, because it was just one time, and then it came back to rechange the fee schedule, and kept it wrong from here on out, the new fee schedule for covered areas and,
And we're not even asking to reduce it, you know, dramatically.
No,
You know,
I
we just
think-
want to overcharge for open areas, you know what I mean? It's 20 cents a square foot for a lean-to, a canopy, you just.
I mean, if y'all want to reconsider the entire cost of the permit, then that's fine by me. But we are asking to exclude or to reconsider, I think it's roughly $1,500.
Yeah, it's not even dramatic, but it's, even if that is
13? Okay.
agreed upon, it's still upon us, we're overpriced on our permits in this area, you know? Considering some of the other.
So just to show you, and I should have made more copies of this, I'm sorry, but this is Rapides Parish Planning Commission fee. We're considered an F2B storage factory at 30 cents a square foot. Plus the 20 cents a square foot we're paying to Avoyelles. And
No, but you're not paying you're not paying that to Rapides, the 30 cents a square foot.
yes, sir.
It's the planning commission.
The planning commission.
Area,
The planning commission.
Contractor, or whoever, whatever they're, that's what they call it, Rapides Area Planning Commission.
Or RPC, yeah.
Right, and then that's what, you know.
And they're a private company, they can do whatever they want.
Right, they're a private company, they set their own fees, their own
Right.
requirements and all that, but does that make sense to y'all for us to have to pay Rapides and Avoyelles?
Still, it's not again on paper of what April goes by that it's in front of us, and then also with this lady and the gentleman say
It goes
also.
by square footage, total roof area square footage.
But like on residential stuff, you know, if you have a discounted fee for porches and everything, but commercial, it's a flat price, porches, building, doesn't matter, you know, it's like, there's no variation in square footage from open areas versus enclosed.
A home is heated and cooled. That's what you pay the permit on.
And then you pay a lesser fee for any porches, garage, carport, things like that.
You know, we're just trying to be practical. I mean, just find it's overpriced, you know. And, you know, we don't even know where, most of the, you know, I know everybody has to pay taxes, chip in, make the parish a better place. We get that, you know, we're all for that. But we would also like some transparency and to know where this permit money goes to, you know, like, what is that for? And nobody did ever answer me on that.
Permit money goes.
I'm afraid I can't answer you either.
So we wouldn't have a permit office, we wouldn't need the money to pay the people in the permit office, is what you're saying?
Well, they have that, FEMA says they have to have a permit office.
Remember this Act 12.
Yeah.
It's not all the parish, and we can go back to it, not to be defensive, just, it's Act 12. They have to go follow those permits. I just don't know the fee schedule, and I'm sorry. I apologize for ignorant, but not know that, I don't know. And Mr. Sam's over it, but he's not the one that has to answer. Just, I think if we get some more information in,
Yeah, you know, we don't have to
make a better decision.
The
When are
fee
you trying to
schedule-
build your building, sir?
This summer, hopefully, once it dries up, we still need to do dirt work or anything. We got a few
So
months.
you got a few months, or at least a month?
At least a month.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, we're gonna check.
Yeah, just maybe something to kind of bring to everybody's attention, the pricing, you know,
Can I
mainly.
get a
Wouldn't
copy
you
of
say-
that, of what you have?
Wouldn't we say further back
Yes,
where
sir, I think,
we have to charge this fee in order to survive?
To maintain
To maintain our permit.
Well, Ms. Benson, from what I was told before I was a juryman, right? Act 12, yes, that came, and maybe Mrs. Darrell White was a little bit more for real.
I was the president of the police bureau
When it came to Act 12,
Let me tell you
now,
what I went through.
these charges and what our people are having to deal with through this Red River contracting company and these charges that they charge, that we charge the people of Avoyelles, and it is sent to those guys. Remember, I mentioned before, and I think it was tried before where Avoyelles, they tried to do their own permitting people to make it cheaper on the residents and the business owners of Avoyelles. Again, we never looked into that but again, that's what I heard. Avoyelles tried it themselves, it didn't work, then they went to this Red River contract, it's called Red River something.
No.
Or RPC.
It's something, and they represented several parishes, and that's why we contracted them now. So we kind of deemed by their contract price, I think.
And the thing is, all I'm saying is that we're charging these prices, but we're not making no bunch of money.
Nope.
We're just trying to stay even, you know?
you're pretty much making 50% of what,
Yeah, I mean, because
what
we're
the
paying, you know,
person
like,
pays.
we're cutting it in half, you know.
Right, I'm paying 50% to Avoyelles, I'm paying 50% to Rapides Planning Commission.
So I just, you know, if we could eliminate that. maybe we
Mr.
should-
Larry? Yeah, got a motion. Somebody wants to table, I will, man, anybody said they want to table?
I make a motion to table, because I'd just like to check on the research.
All right.
We used to, let me tell you,
All right, we're gonna,
we always tried to be cheaper than Alexander.
we're gonna table it and look at this. Sam, let's,
Yeah, we'll try to figure out exactly where the fees are coming from.
Can we do that vote on those motions to adjourn?
got a motion to table in a second, this, so, all in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we'll table it and we'll get some answers, some questions.
That's number
Okay?
18, right?
Right.
Well, sort of.
Okay. Number 19, I need a motion to approve Coes Island estate plat.
I will.
All right, motion by Mark, second by Sam. Question or comment?
Thank you, guys.
Question or comments from the audience? Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for coming.
That's a new subdivision.
Thank you.
Air conditioning.
Thank you, estimates. You guys get,
We're not on that, we're on the, okay, we're approving some lots.
That's a new subdivision?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
4 lots, downtown Effie. All right?
No,
That's brand-
Coles Island.
It has a brand new road too?
My old neck of the woods. Okay? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, number 20 is a motion to approve an estimate to install 2 mini-split units in the state representative's office.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mark, second by Mr. Sampson. You second it?
I second.
All right.
20, I'm gonna approve, we have 3. The
Okay, that's what I'm saying, so we need to look at
Cheapest
them.
one, that was 40 something, $4,900.
For 2 1200 mini split 18 seer.
That's with
7 year.
insulation?
Yes, sir, that's everything. Total job price.
What is it?
JD Pro Air is 4,900 for the 2 12,000, I'm sorry, mini splits. St. Romain Electric, total job price is 5,400, and Service Air is 5,424.
That's all the same stuff, the mini split, whatever.
Different, the only difference is the warranty on the parts.
So Mark, you going with the lease?
It's cheapest.
All right.
JD Pro.
JD
All right, JD Pro. All right, so that's including the motion to go with JD Pro. Question or comments from the audience?
I wish we could hide some of that, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about hiding the unit.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. All right, hearing no discussion, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, we did 20, then we're on the real 21 now. So, Jacob?
So, the fire chief came Thursday, to the jury asking a piece of property, it's like .30 of an acre, adjudicated in the Simsport area to build a substation. I'll make a motion tonight, we, donate that piece of property to them.
Okay, motion been made, second by Mr. Pierce. Question or comments from jurors? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Number 22, Alan, you want to make this motion?
23?
22.
20,
We're back to 20, back on the numbers.
the numbers are correct.
Sam.
Oh, we're back on the numbers.
We're back on record
Authorize-
schedule.
Motion to authorize the Vols 4-H Foundation to use an acre of land behind the LSU Ag Center for a lunch lab, which the proposal was made
Yep. Can I get a second?
Thursday.
Second. All right, second by Mr. Coco. Question or comments from jurors?
The only comment I have, insurance-wise,
You don't have any liability.
no liability?
Nope, can't buy it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Any other comment? Question, comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 23, Mr. Benson.
So this was not on the committee agenda. Mr. Bordelon called me, and we got a chance to purchase some chemical for spraying. And Mr. Bordelon spoke to Mr. Mark, and he spoke to Mr. Pierce, that's on the committee. And
You want to let Kevin tell us?
let
what he
Mr.
wants?
Pierce,
Yeah.
Mr. Pierce and I spoke about it, so
Yeah,
what you want?
You want to
talk
make the
about
motion?
yeah, I'll make the motion.
Oh, and I'll second,
All
yeah,
right.
I'll make the motion, I'll second.
Okay, a motion by Mr. Benson, second by Mr. Pierce. Okay?
That
And
we
you-
allow Kevin to buy
Kevin.
chemicals in bulk that we're buying in smaller
Right.
doses now.
Yes, this one particular chemical is the one that we use the most when we're spraying. Last year we spent $6,315 on this chemical called Liberty. We can buy a bulk container, which is actually more than we used last year. about 40 gallons more than we used last year. So I was gonna get with Brian, because he uses the same chemical. We can buy it in bulk for $3,776.25. Okay.
37.25.
Exact amount, huh?
Tell me if you know that.
I'm barely talking.
So that's why we added it to the.
Okay, yeah, it's something we need to do.
Yeah.
All right, any other comments from jurors? Questions, comments from the audience? Like shopping at Sam's, so.
Well,
Right.
I wanted, it's, one of the farmers from, the Bend hooked us up with this, with some other farmers that are getting together, so big appreciation
Yes.
goes out to the farmers for
Yes,
thinking
Lord.
about it, because they, evidently they do this from time to time, I tell them, call me whenever they're doing something like that.
That's a great deal.
We'll buy a semi-load.
Yeah.
Okay,
Big thanks to the farmers down there.
all right. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 24, need a motion to adopt citizens participation plan for CDBG.
We do it every year.
Mr. Thomas makes that motion. I get a second.
Second.
Second by Jacob. Question or comments? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion to grant Secretary Treasurer to pay all bills and waive a reading of the whole. Motion by Mr. Thomas, second by Mr. Sampson. Question or comments from jurors? Question or comments from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mr. Coco, second by Mr. Benson. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? We adjourn. Thank y'all. Be careful going home.